This episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by Onnit and their flagship product, Alpha Brain. Alpha Brain is the first fully balanced nootropic designed to increase focus and mental drive. For our listeners, get up to 10% off when you use promo code ROOSTER at onnit.com/gaming. That's ONNIT.com/gaming.
This episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by GoDaddy. It's go time, and GoDaddy is here to help you kick ass online. Start your website today with a $1.99.com. Visit GoDaddy.com and enter promo code ROOSTER to get your .com for just $1.99. Some limitations apply. See website for details.
Really reading into this a lot.
But yes.
I think that was the deepest explanation of narcissism ever.
I'm tired of moving. I always move.
The context of your life is boiled down to one moment of inconvenience for me. Why not carry that back to our ancestors? They moved to this fucking country and fuck them. I had to go, sorry.
Yeah, it was just mind-boggling to me. Like I said, I was a little drunk at the time.
You know, somebody gave me a really creepy example of that one time, not to bring the audience down or anything, but they said the place where you're gonna die in life exists right now. Wherever Gavin, wherever you're gonna die, fingers crossed. That place is out there right now. It's just waiting for you to come along, lay down, and die there.
But is that place? I mean, not in space though.
What is that? wait.
No. I mean, no.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Because the Earth will move and that. Like, you're not gonna die if you die on the floor there. In a day, the floor, well, I guess it's still on the Earth.
Stop.
But
Yeah. But you're saying the Earth is moving through space.
yeah.
Yeah. So, like, as by example, 30 seconds ago when we started this idiotic conversation, we were at a different place in the universe, is what you're saying.
Well, it's like saying if I died on this stage.
Well, think of it this way. There is a point in space you're going to die at. And when the Earth moves a certain amount of times and gets to that point in space, you die.
Bam, science.
But
So it's like millions of miles away, or hundreds, there's a spot where you will be dead.
And of course, if that spot was like Gus, when you got there, it would go, ugh.
Every decision in his life led to him dying right here. Now I got to deal with this.
But it's just like, what do you class as that spot? Like, if I died on this stage and then you ship this stage to Africa, I didn't die in Africa, did I? But it's in Africa now.
You didn't. You can't die via UPS. Gavin is out for delivery. All right.
I also went to Orlando, which is like the worst place in the world.
You went to Disney World?
No, thanks. See, I'm pulling it back. I went to
You went to Orlando without going to Disney World?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I fucking hate all that shit. But I went
Deep question, Bernie.
I went to Universal Studios because they built like a Simpsons area where they recreated like Quickie Mart and Moe's Tavern and
I saw
stuff.
that. I was so jealous.
That's
I'm really
the only
sad you didn't get a
that's
board
the only
license
reason.
for
I
it.
had a flight credit on JetBlue, and they fly nonstop to Orlando, and I was like, I can fly there for free and see this place.
That sounds like the
So
worst
I'll absolutely do it. So I flew to Orlando just to do that.
What was the best part of that place?
Drinking Duff beer at Moe's Tavern. Yeah.
What kind of beer? Like, was it light beer?
Yeah. And then Duff Light was like watered down Coors.
You also had a Flaming Moe.
I had a Flaming Moe with no alcohol in it.
What?
It was just like an orange soda with dry ice in it. It's like not even the right color. Flaming Moes are purple.
Isn't it supposed to have cough syrup in it?
Yes, that's what makes it good. Oh no, fire makes it good. It's the fucking quote. So yeah, that's what I did. I took 2 trips and then just bummed around here in town, trying to avoid email and you guys as much as possible.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
It was okay.
It is the lament of an IT guy that the moment you leave, everything goes wrong.
Hey, I'm not an IT guy anymore. I got fucking Adam. He's not even there. He's probably fixing something.
See, he's gone. Something will get fucked up.
So going back to the whole death thing, do you have any requirements about how you're going to die? Like, would you be annoyed if you died in a certain way? For example, would you be annoyed if you died in my arms?
Tonight.
I think that would be a wonderful way to go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, that would be probably bottom of my list. Dying in Gavin's arms. Because Gavin would just be going, "Hey, hurry up. Really, I have to go somewhere. Hey, I don't have to bury you, do I?" But same thing, I don't want to die around you either, Gus.
What?
Let me ask you this. You hate everyone, right?
Yeah, I'm on record.
Like, people all the time say, I'm worried I'm going to die alone. Does that worry you at all?
I don't understand that worry. No. Like, I don't understand why that's a concern.
Well, it's less embarrassing to die alone because nobody sees you die. Unless you're found hanging from a rope with your pants down.
But that doesn't matter. Once you're dead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Fuck it.
Who would you trust?
Leave a memory. People still talk about Michael Hutchins, that fucking NXS guy.
Oh, you had to bring it up. So you're keeping
He's
it
the
going,
one talking
though.
about hanging yourself and having your pants off.
Who do you think would save you, Gus or Gavin?
Wow. Who would
Or
save
who would
me?
you trust?
Well,
to
I think
save
they would
you?
both save me, Barb. The question is how much
Properly.
effort, who would put the least amount of effort in to save me?
Well, this is the thing. Someone was asking me the other day, because I'm British, would I jump in front of a bullet for the president? Obviously, yeah. And I was saying I would jump in front of a bullet for anyone, because if I survive, I'm definitely going to get laid. Definitely, 100%.
100%?
And if you die, you're still fucked.
Corollary. If you jumped and took a bullet for Burnie, who would lay you?
Hey. I'd do it.
You'd
I'd
have to
go.
come-
Okay, there you go.
It's a fucking bullet, dude. What are you going to do?
There you go. Enjoy that.
I totally would. I'd be
I-
holding Gavin in my arms.
I don't know that there's anyone I would take a bullet for.
Really?
What about Esther?
Maybe.
What about...
What
What
about
if
your
you
car?
like just put your hand in front of her? Maybe.
Okay. No. Yeah, my left one. If it's like over there, then maybe not, you know.
Who would have the balls to shoot Esther? That'd be a mean motherfucker to begin with.
She just like punch it away.
You pull out the gun and just go, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I'm sorry, ma'am. All right, well, since Gavin asked us, what do we mean by space? I think it might be time to play Gavin or Google. I think that indicates the audience would like to play Gavin or Google. Just to remind you, if you've never played Gavin or Google, the way we play Gavin or Google is we take a 3 or 4 word phrase and we type it into the search engine Google. Google autocomplete tells us the stupidest searches from all over the world. We then pick the funniest one. Then we take that same 3 or 4 word phrase and we give it to the young Gavin Free, and his idiotic brain comes up with the stupidest possible question. We then ask you, the audience, who said it, Gavin or Google? Do you want to play? All right.
So are we actually going to ask the audience?
Sure. Fuck it. Why not? All right. You know the song. Sing it along with me. Gavin or Google? Google or Gavin? Which one said it? Let's find out.
Hey, I'm feeling lucky.
There wasn't very much enthusiasm in that.
Yeah.
One more time.
What do you mean one more time? You do it.
I'm feeling lucky.
That is the happiest I've ever seen you look
Yeah,
in
like
my
that.
entire life.
Fake it. Just act.
All right. We got a couple of them tonight. We got a few more than we usually do. We usually do 3. We're going to do more for tonight because we have a live audience. First one's a bit of a slam dunk. The phrase was...
Wait, you're not going to do that last one, are you?
Maybe.
Apologies in advance.
The phrase was, what happens when? What happens when? The first answer we got was, what happens when a president marries a queen? What happens when a president marries a queen? What would happen when that holy matrimony takes place? And then the second one was, what happens when I lose one of my white friends in the snow?
No.
Obviously, Gus, which one is Gavin and which one is Google?
First of all, the one what happens when a president marries a queen is very sexist against women.
Why?
President? Is it implying that the president has to be a man?
You're saying a woman can't marry a woman? You're homophobic,
Jesus, Gus.
bitch.
Gay rights.
Not in the United States.
Oh, what happened?
Way to fucking put spin on that, mister.
Well, we are in a political discussion.
I guess it could also be a male president marrying a drag queen.
I would pay great money to see that.
I'm going to go with the queen one as Gavin, just because he's British.
Barbara?
I'm going to say the white people one is Gavin because he's incredibly racist.
Oh.
What?
Audience, what did Gavin say? The first one or the second one? First one. Audience and Gus, you are correct. Gavin wants to know. And Gavin, what happens when a president marries a queen?
I have no idea. It'd be pretty interesting.
President King. If you marry a queen, though, you're not king. You're just the dude who married the queen.
You know how when you get a divorce, you get half of the other person's stuff?
Yeah, bring that up.
Would the president get, like, most of Europe?
You get like Wales and Scotland.
Wait, so Google was asking if you lose one of your white friends in the snow?
Yeah. You're from Canada. That must happen a lot.
It does. That's actually one of the first things Joel ever said to me. He said he's used to seeing me in like the context of snow, just like camouflaged.
Yeah.
In Canada in snow.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now that Barb has moved to Texas and she actually gets out in the sun, she turns a really slightly darker shade of white. It's amazing. Yeah. It's like over the course of the year, it's like an albino rainbow
it's like
for
dirty
her, basically.
ice cream.
All right. The next question was, this involves babies, so... Really, dude? All right. Okay. All right. All right. Which one? I said, do babies, ... Do babies, ... First question was, do babies poop in the womb? Do babies poop in the womb? And then, that was one. The other one was, do babies float?
Well, assuming that do babies float is Google makes me really concerned about the health of our babies in this country. It's like, I've got this new baby. I wonder if it's going to float. Before I throw it in the pool, let's do a Google search.
Or maybe it's people just trying to solve a really weird, like, physics homework problem. All right,
you have to go
who said
first.
it?
You have to go first this time, Barbara.
I think do babies float is Google.
Do babies float is Google. And what do you say?
I agree.
That Google asked, do babies float? Audience, who said, do babies float? I heard mostly Google.
Couple of Gavin holdouts.
You fuckers should have yelled louder then. All right,
There you go.
all wrong. It turns out that Gavin wanted to know, do babies float?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why?
Well, I'd heard of babies being born in water, and I thought, that's pretty cool. But then I just thought, well, what happens next, though? Like...
You thought they go down the drain?
No, they've got a guy with a pool skimmer on the side of the water, like ready to scoop the baby out. He's like, I caught a dead possum with this thing. The baby's no problem.
There's an emergency scuba team to get it off the bottom of the pool just in case.
They got little baby-sized scuba gear to put on its face.
The world is so stupid. Has a person... We got two more. Has a person... ... Has a person ever... ... First answer was... Has a person ever been to Mars? Has a person ever been to Mars?
Okay.
Then the other wanted to know, has a person ever been born without a body? Just, I guess, the head. That's it.
No.
Just head.
I'm really stumped. This may be the most puzzling Gavin or Google ever because those are both fucking stupid.
Do you think if you asked Gavin if a person's ever been to Mars, do you think he would come up with the answers? Like, would he know?
Okay,
or is he genuinely curious?
I got to answer this one first, so I'll just put it all out there. I would assume Gavin knows the answer to that. So I'm going to say, has a person ever been born without a body was Gavin? Although I can't imagine what you're fucking thinking. Barbara?
I have to agree. Has a person ever been to Mars is Google.
Has a person ever been to Mars? Google it. What was your answer?
Same thing.
Audience, what do you think? Has a person ever been to Mars? Gavin or Google? We live in a world of idiots. They don't know if a person has been to Mars. You're all correct. You get 1 point.
Okay. No. Shut up. What the fuck is wrong with you? What would that be?
I imagine it would look like a Furby.
Like a gremlin just shooting out?
Yeah.
Would you have to feed it?
Not after midnight. But that's a body.
Well, how is it a body if it's a head?
A Furby?
What? Does a Furby have a... What? Who's ever X-rayed a Furby? We don't know what's going on.
You have? X-rayed a Furby?
She took it apart.
iJustine said she's ripped apart a Furby. Okay, there's going to be an intervention after the podcast tonight. Maybe you can talk to the guy who went, woo, for babies. Right there. All right,
float, so
and
it's
the
okay.
last one was the subject of words. And it was, why is the word? Why is the word? ... Why is the word? The first wanted to know, why is the word long shorter than the word short?
Seems legit.
The other one wanted to know, why is the word shirt singular if arms are plural?
Wow.
All right.
That's a head scratcher.
That's a tough one.
You gotta go first this time. You're fucked.
I don't even know what the score is. It's 2-X.
I think we're tied.
I'm gonna say
This is a tiebreaker.
the shirt one is Gavin, because Gavin likes to think in like body part numbers a lot for some reason.
That's interesting. In order to make this interesting, I'm gonna disagree with you, and I'm gonna say the long and the short words was Gavin.
The long and the short words was Gavin. Audience, let's go with the long and short. Was that Gavin or was that Google? You guys seem split. So this is for the win. You say, Gavin said, why is the word long shorter than the word short? And she wanted to know why shirt is a singular word even though arms are plural. Gus, you win tonight's episode
Hell
of
yeah!
Gavin or Google. Along with the audience, you guys win as well. Congratulations. All right, thanks for playing Gavin or Google. Should we sing the theme song again? How about that? All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to try to record you guys.
Are you gonna have to pull the words up?
You're doing this again
No, I want to
because
record them saying it.
you messed up your Vine, didn't you? That's why we're doing this again.
What?
That's absolutely possibly correct.
Did you mess up a lot? Okay.
All right, are you guys ready?
Do you want to do house lights maybe?
All right, let's all sing the song together. Gavin or Google, Google or Gavin, which one said it? Let's find out.
I'm feeling lucky.
There you go. That's much better. Much better that time.
I'm glad you approve.
All right, I'm going to read this thing here before we go on.
Oh, here we go.
I want to remind everyone that tonight's episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by GoDaddy. Everyone needs a website, and maybe you have a great idea for a business and want to start selling your products or services online. GoDaddy recently had a whole new website redesign and interacts better with the customer. Also, Jean-Claude Van Damme is our spokesperson. Really? I just read what they give me. He was in the kick-ass movie Bloodsport. That was a good movie. GoDaddy has a special offer for everyone watching and listening. Get your .com for just $1.99 when you use the promo code Rooster. Who knows where your website could take you, and it can all start with the promo code Rooster and a $1.99 .com from GoDaddy. I did not know Jean-Claude Van Damme was their spokesperson. I'm in good company. I think they probably picked him because we have a very similar build, very similar skeletal structure,
As
muscular.
GoDaddy? Oh, for you.
Me and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I see what you're saying.
They're like, they know what they're doing.
So do we inherit Jean-Claude Van Damme as a spokesperson for us?
Yes.
Did you ever see the movie that Jean-Claude Van Damme made a few years ago called JCVD?
No.
Did you? Yeah, it's a good movie, right? It's like he played himself as like an aging action hero who then actually gets embroiled in some kind of actual hero work. And it's really like very self-effacing, and it's supposed to be really good. I never saw it, though. So,
I've not heard of it till right now.
I'm going to see if it's on Netflix or Hulu Plus or anything like that. So
That's the name of the movie.
JCVD. Yeah, I had to kind of figure out in my
Never
head. I
had a
knew it was
movie
his
with-
initials.
Never had a movie with a VD in the title.
What are you, from the fucking 40s? Is that still a term?
VD?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard VD in forever.
It's
what,
like...
what was it? What was VD?
Venereal disease.
Yeah, but it was like everything?
I guess? It's like STD. Oh, that's changed. It's STI now, right?
Yeah.
Well, so what's VD now then?
It would be very weird if someone said, "Oh, I got VD." It's like, "What'd you get? AIDS?" That would be right. It seems like a lower level of disease.
Yeah.
VD. It's like dudes in Vietnam. That's what they got.
Hey. Come on. Too soon.
Our Vietnam jokes. You seen? I'm glad I skipped the Holocaust, Gavin, or Google that. We're so sensitive.
Thanks for that.
Did you seriously have one?
What's that?
Did you seriously have one?
No. It's all jokes.
So I guess you're looking something up. The iPhone 5S just came out on Friday. Did any of you guys get one?
No.
I'm surprised you don't have one.
Because it has slow-mo.
No, just because you always get a new one.
It's true, you do.
Oh, well, I'm waiting for the gold one. Although iJustine
You want the
caved.
gold one?
You waited for the gold one, which came out Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can't buy one. There's hardly any anyway. But
buy it online.
Justine caved and got a grey one, which I'm very disappointed about.
She said she's still gonna wait to get the gold one. What are you gonna do with the
You
black
ordered
one?
it.
Or sorry, Space Gray.
We'll do it.
How did the slow-mo look on the camera?
She posted, we were backstage filming here. She posted a video of Gavin jumping over his own leg.
I was in iJustine's first slow-mo video.
Oh yeah.
It's a proud moment in my
Is
career.
that your goal in life? Is to be synonymous with slow motion on the internet?
Sure. I'll take it.
Let me ask you, are you legitimately worried about it at all? Because now everyone's going to have a slow-mo camera, so you'll be seeing tons of slow-mo videos now.
I'll just keep buying even slower high-speed cameras till the end of time.
It's like not even in the same league. The iPhone 5S is like 120 frames a second, whereas a Phantom can do up to, like 5,000?
Yeah, or even slower in a standard def.
Yeah, but come on. No one wants to watch that. That's true. Look at the world we live in. Look at this fucking TV. Look how giant that is. You
Oh,
want to
that's
watch
a
standard
TV?
def
I
on
thought
it?
that was a piece of paper.
No. These
Jesus.
TVs they got that they bought for the production. We're on the set, by the way, of The Gauntlet Season 2. And so this is actually... Thank you. All right, cool. And that's why some of our celebrity guests, we're going to have them up here in a minute. iJustine is here, Greg Miller's here, Freddie Wong is here, Adam Kovic's here. They're all part of Gauntlet Season 2, and this is the set. Like, we couldn't break this down because we have to go through and shoot one of the rounds tomorrow, and so that's what these TVs are for. So just don't bump them because we're going to return them on, like, Thursday.
On the bright side, if you put a scratch on it, someone's got to keep it now.
Keep it.
It's got to go in your office. If you put this TV in your office, we would have to fire one of the achievement hunters. There's that little room left in your office.
It's true.
Jack.
Oh, fire Jack?
What do you think would be more useful, this TV or Jack?
How about this TV with a picture of Jack on it? Hey.
We fire Jack. We get like 10 TVs to fit in his space.
Oh!
Sorry,
Oh!
Jack. Every time I make a joke at Jack, I gotta immediately apologize. Someone sent me that horrible joke I made about
Katie
his
just
mom in
shook her
college
fist at you.
the other day, and it like gave
What,
me
in
like
college?
Oh no, let's not go there. Post-traumatic stress. It's my own personal Holocaust, basically. The joke that I made. So,
I've never heard the phrase.
what are you guys fucking sensitive all of a sudden? What happened here?
We know you guys listen to us before.
Yeah.
So also, while I was in Vegas, I made the first sports bet ever of my life. And I think that...
Oh, wait, can we stop? Let's guess what Gus bet on for sports. What sport would Gus bet on?
Football.
Highlight.
What'd you say?
Highlight.
I can't hear him.
Highlight.
Highlight?
Yeah, highlight. You know what highlight is?
What the fuck is highlight? Obviously, it's
like
not a highlight.
it's like the Cuban thing where they had the big scoops and they pick up the ball.
Oh,
and
right.
sing.
Right.
Yeah, because
That's huge on betting sportsbook in Vegas. There's a
Yeah.
fucking line for that.
If you're in fucking Orlando to not go to Disney, what the hell? The only thing I would say is that like it's both hipsterish and it's close to Tron, so that'd be a sport that you would like.
That does sound cool when you say it like that. What do you think?
Curling.
It was football.
American football.
I want something.
Yeah.
Yay.
I bet on the Texans-Chargers game. And it's the last time I'm ever going to sports bet. Because it ruined the game for me. Because I bet on the Texans, and in order to win money, the Texans had to win by more than 6 points. So it was a close game. It was coming down to the end of the game. The Texans were driving, and they opted to kick a field goal. The game was tied. I'm like, they're going to fucking win by 3. And I was like, miss. Going to overtime, you got to win by 6. And then I was like, this just ruined the game. Like I'm playing a different game. Like, the team I want to win won, but I'm still unhappy.
Wow. Jack, back me up on this. That is the most sports he's ever spoken in his entire life, and he did it in 30 seconds.
I love football.
Really?
You didn't see? The other day we were filming here on Sunday. I have NFL Sunday Ticket on my iPad.
I know. I was watching you and Jay or Dan. You're sitting in the dressing room, and you guys are watching football and talking football. I was like, what the fuck is this?
We were coordinating the games we were watching. That way, since we were sitting side by side, that way we could watch 2 games at once.
That to me, that's insane. It looked like the nerdiest fraternity ever. Is what it looked like. It looked like 2 dudes who showed up for fantasy football because it has the word fantasy in it. That's what it looked like. Who won? So did you win the bet?
No, the Texans won by 3, motherfuckers.
Let me tell you something. You're probably lucky because you know how it is. If you win your first bet at something, you're hooked for life.
That's true.
And now, knowing you hate it forever.
No, I'm never sports betting again. I'm done with that.
You got me
Fucking
hooked
racket.
on crabs when I went to Vegas with you.
Yeah.
Because we kept winning.
Yeah.
Crabs. Sorry, not crabs. Crabs are delicious, though.
We played VD.
Did you win your first time you played craps?
Yes.
What did we play? We played blackjack when we went, right?
Yeah. I wanted craps all year until this trip. Now fuck craps. No. Did not win.
Where'd you guys go? What casino?
I played at the Aria.
Really?
Yeah. Typically have pretty good luck there.
High rolling. Look at you.
High rolling.
Gavin,
you know how I'm a sucker for affinity programs.
Yes, I do.
So this is the reason I stayed at the Aria. So I have a United credit card, United Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
As a result of the United credit card, you get Hyatt Platinum status. Then as a result of the Hyatt Platinum status, you get Gold status at the Aria. So it's like, because you have this credit card, you have all these other affinity programs you're in. So that's why I stayed at the Aria, because I got a cheap rate because of my Gold status.
Basically, it's like 3 fishermen reeling the same sucker fish on the same line.
Yes,
basically.
exactly. They're like, this guy's demographic is perfect. He will come and make a sports bet and lose money.
Did I tell you, cross another frequent flyer milestone? I'm now over 3 million miles that I've flown on American.
Whenever you say this, you haven't flown that many miles. It's just based on money you've spent.
I have.
So you're saying you've spent like $3 million on that card?
I flown most of its miles. I mean, what do I do? Spend 3 million?
3 million miles?
Yeah, like around the globe. How many times? How big is the world, Gavin? Do you know?
It's like 25,000 miles around the equator, isn't it?
I fucking nailed it. Wow.
I think he's right.
He's
yeah.
right. He's dead on.
How did you know?
And the moon is like 250,000 miles away?
No, we just asked him, where's the equator?
There's no way you've flown.
What is the latitude of the equator?
You really don't know?
What are you asking me?
You really don't know?
Is that the same question?
Take a wild guess. What's the latitude of the equator? It's a wild guess.
0.
Yeah, 0, obviously.
I had to knock him back down a peg. He was getting too uppity there.
He knows too much.
Using big words.
Thanks to every single person in the audience.
Yep. See if we ever do another fucking studio podcast or a live studio audience podcast. So, speaking of the moon, I saw Gravity the other day.
Oh, you did? Did you see it in IMAX?
No, I only saw it in 3D. It was like an advanced screening.
That was like a clout perk, right?
Yeah.
That you got?
I'm absolutely going to see that movie in IMAX when it comes out. It was awesome. It's like the first time I've seen like a really compelling reason to see something in 3D.
You said that at one point it goes first person and you're like
Yeah, it's
spinning
like
around, you're just
disorienting
like,
as shit.
whoa.
It was really good.
What
Really
was
good.
explain the movie for those of us who don't know what the movie is? What's Gravity?
Sandra Bullock plays an astronaut who
That's believable.
experiences, while on a spacewalk, there's a catastrophe, and she is flung free from the space shuttle and is adrift in space, trying to not die.
For an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, yeah, about an hour and a half. A little under an hour and a half.
I gotta tell you, I've seen the trailers for this, and I don't think I could watch another trailer for that movie. Every time I watch one of those trailers, it's just like nerve-wracking.
Yeah, like the whole movie, you're like, your hand is at your face, and you're like trying your best not to breathe, because that's the whole thing. Is like,
Esther tweeted that she took maybe like 3 breaths that entire movie.
yeah,
Oh, because oxygen's a big deal.
right.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Oxygen's a big deal.
Usually it's pretty big.
But definitely check it out.
I'm gonna send it to Emily, who makes our shirts. Oxygen is a big deal. Thank you, Emily.
she's right
She
there.
got it. She already wrote it down. All right. So go see it. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely go see it.
Yeah, we're in that part of the year where there's not a whole hell of a lot of movies coming out. You know, because we're past and we're like between the summer movies and then the Oscar season. Right now, Fantastic Fest is going on up at the Alamo. They're showing a bunch of independent, like, horror / whatever movies. It's a weird, I don't know what Fantastic Fest covers, but it's like we're going to go into that time. We're getting October, and we get all, like, the horror movies, like, around Halloween, and then we get the obscure Oscar contenders. And I think Gravity's kind of falling in that category. When's it coming out?
October 4th, I want to say.
Okay.
So in a couple of weeks.
George Clooney's there, too, right?
Yeah, George Clooney's also in it. It was directed by the guy who directed Children of Men.
That's right.
Alfonso Cuarón?
That guy loves really long shots.
Yes.
What was it?
Does that happen in
There
this
are
movie?
some incredibly long
Flare
shots.
gun?
No one's talking to you. Shut up.
I am.
If you mattered, you'd be in lit.
Just want to remind you, you didn't pay for your
Can we
ticket.
get a light
so
on that
That
guy?
was free.
You got a free ticket and a shirt, so shut up. Yeah, there's some really long shots. But they kind of cheat because there's like panning shots with visual effects in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Also,
but-
they weren't in space. That's also kind of a cheat, right? I mean,
They
isn't a
still have
movie
long-
by definition a cheat?
Yeah, but there's still people. You can have long shots on people
In fake space.
in fake space.
Okay. Fair play. So speaking of movies and stuff, Grand Theft Auto hit a huge milestone. Grand Theft Auto in, 3 days, was it? Hit $1 billion in sales?
Yeah, I think it was 800 million in the first 24 hours and then $1 billion within 3 days.
And I think, Ashley, what was was it 13 days before Harry Potter hit it? 19 days. So, like, the record for anything else hitting $1 billion is like 8 times, I'm bad at math, like 6 times what Grand Theft Auto was.
So keep playing video games, don't read books.
Basically, that's what we're saying.
You know, it's a popular game when everybody on the gauntlet during their off time is playing it. After a whole day of playing video games. Just saying.
It's
Yeah,
true.
we have a bunch of stations set up backstage, and whenever we have downtime, I finally started using cloud saves so I could play GTA 5 here.
All right, brag about it.
I thought you'd be happy. You've been trying to get me to use it forever.
I just realized I'm on some kind of weird fringe where I don't want to get, discs for stuff on games, and everyone else on the planet apparently does. I'm just going to stop talking about it because I'm tired of fielding stuff about it. Where
Okay.
people think I'm some kind of weirdo because everything in my life is digital, music and movies and everything, but for some reason I'm still supposed to carry around a fucking optical disc for games. It makes no sense to me. But
Thanks.
congratulations for joining 20 years ago. So
Everything,
good for you.
Everything in your life is digital. What
Well,
percentage?
not like ham sandwiches, but yeah, like media
Dude,
is.
can you imagine a digital ham sandwich?
Hey,
Where the fuck did that come from?
look at Jack. What's that?
There's a Nerf gun up there.
Oh, that was Monty. Thanks, Monty. Look,
Please don't do that. You're just going to encourage
the sound of
something
it
bad.
like cocking up there with the bright lights is frightening as hell. Yeah, no, but seriously, everything in my life.
Seriously, can someone go stop whoever the fuck is doing that? It's really pissing me off.
Yeah, everything in my life that can be digital is digital. Are you not that way? Do you buy DVDs?
No.
Do you buy CDs?
No, I don't think I've ever bought a
You
CD.
have the
actually.
entire collection of Game of Thrones on DVD, though.
It's on Blu-ray, Barbara.
Blu-ray,
So
whatever.
you buy
I'm not an
Blu-rays.
asshole.
It's still a physical disc, though.
Yeah. Well, my honest opinion on this, I don't care. Who cares? Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Do you guys want to be alone? No, but that's the point, though, is I don't buy anything on media.
I kind of see what you mean when you bring up this subject, but you feel so strongly about it, and it's just like
I don't know why.
just calm down.
I'm not.
all right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about it. So he thought I'd be
You
excited
are
about
talking about it right now.
it. He's trying to get me all excited about it. I'm saying, good, you're on cloud saves. Good
Me?
for you. Yeah.
I didn't do shit. I
You
just
brought
talked
it
about-
up and you said you cloud saved,
I
Craig,
know.
and you drew me into it.
I drew you in by saying I'm playing GTA 5?
Yeah, and you said, "Oh, my cloud saves. Aren't you so proud of me?" That's what you said.
How does that have to do with physical media?
Motherfucker, this is being recorded.
What does that have to do with
and there's
physical
people
media?
Right there.
It's nothing. It's irrelevant. It's two different conversations.
At what
You
point-
wanted to talk about optical discs.
At what point in
and
the
you found a
conversation
reason.
did I say, "Hey, I would really love to talk about fucking cloud saves"?
When you said you drew me into this.
You did draw me into it. When did I mention
What does cloud saves have to do with physical media?
You looked at
Nothing.
me. Look. So let's go back to the list of
Hey,
things that can
do you
get
need a-
Gus fired.
do you
Let's
need
go
a-
back to that list.
Do you need an ice pack for that burn? Are you okay over there?
Hey, motherfucker! Do you honestly still think sitting here that I brought up the subject cloud saves?
We're not talking. You got mad about physical media. You
Because
change the subject. This is what you do. When you lose an argument, you pivot and change the subject.
What's that?
No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
Jesus Christ.
You guys baited me into a conversation about digital media, and then he goes, yeah, but you get so excited when you talk about it. You talk about it all the time. That's exactly what happened. I was sitting over here minding my own business, making fun of Sandra Bullock as a fucking astronaut, and then you guys bring up digital media.
She's really good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not going to go see that shitty fucking movie now. How do you feel about that?
If it makes you feel any better, it's probably distributed digitally.
Well, never mind then. I'll be first in a virtual line to see it. Hey, but so speaking of that though, awesome, they made $1 billion. How about they carve out like a tiny percentage of that, like $1 million to make a goddamn decent app that they're trying to get us all to use the app that doesn't fucking work. How long is that thing gonna not work and it's all gonna be acceptable to us?
I know, it's really frustrating. I think the problem is they released the app a day before the game came out. So everyone, of course, it choked it. Why not release it a couple of weeks ahead of time?
It completely screwed me over as well, because I tried to log in again and again and again, finally did it, went on that effing dog thing with Chop, and I was like, oh, I'll see what Chop's doing. And immediately I lost interest in that. And then I couldn't log in again, but the goddamn app keeps sending me notifications. Hey, idiot, Chop's hungry. It's like, I would love to go and feed Chop, but the goddamn app doesn't work, and it keeps sending me messages. What? I don't care about Chop at this point.
I managed to log in and get a custom license plate.
Oh, what'd you get?
Bored?
Ass man. So
That's brilliant.
Once GTA Online comes out, if you see the ass man driving around, it's this guy.
Wow, that is brilliant.
I gotta ask you, how many of those S's are 5s?
Only the first A is a 4 because it wouldn't allow ass.
Okay.
So it's 4 SS man.
Did you get one? What'd you get?
I got Gavino.
Got Gavino.
Uh-huh.
Have you tried yet, Barb?
No.
So there's a license plate that you can register through the app, and once you register it, it locks everybody else out of it, and you only get it for yourself.
I know it's taken, but I would do Bort.
Bort?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good one.
It's a Simpsons reference.
So it's like a race to register license plates for your car. We all registered ours early.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, sure. It's Jack_P. That's what I got. And I'm going to give it to Joel. I felt like I wasn't racing Joel for that one. I felt like I was racing, or Jack, I felt like I was racing Joel for it.
When have you ever seen an underscore on a license plate?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was all gamer tag based. So I'll just go cause mayhem and blame it all on Jack P.
But yeah, the game's been out a week and the app still has fucking problems. I think I can log in 1 out of 20 times I try.
So that means, at least for me, I have very little faith in the multiplayer launch that's coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they waited 2 weeks after the game to launch it,
Right.
Ideally for traffic and to get ready. Hopefully this has taught them the amount of traffic they're going to have and give them adequate time to prepare for it.
Well, think about it like this. There is a thing that naturally happens with a big release, like take Halo or Call of Duty, that there's a big campaign part of it, but then there's also the multiplayer, which is enormously popular. The nice thing that happens naturally is that a lot of people won't even go into multiplayer until they finish the campaign. But now with GTA, there was no people who just immediately started on multiplayer to kind of like spread that load out. So now everyone will have finished the campaign. They'll be waiting for multiplayer to start, and then multiplayer will launch, and everyone will go into multiplayer on day one of multiplayer.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
I'm going to pound the shit out of that server.
I have some issues
All
with
right,
this game.
ass man.
I have some
I'm the
issues though,
S-man.
is that like this game gives my brain too much freedom. Like in GTA 4, you could do some pretty sick stuff. Like you could just walk up to a guy and punch him in the head, and
Go
then
ahead.
punch him a lot while after he was dead and stuff.
Fair play.
Find out if his baby floats.
But this game, I end up because it's escapism, right? You do stuff that you can't do in real life.
Do you do that though?
I
Yeah.
don't move for people on the sidewalk at all. If I can plow right through them.
Living the dream.
But it gives me, it basically just lures me in with situations where it wants me to be a psychopath, and then I feel bad for doing it afterwards. I was minding my own business on my little airstrip. A guy is walking his dog across the airstrip, and I'm just thinking, well, there's a guy and a dog. I walk up to his dog and I kick it to death. And then I felt really bad, and I stopped playing. I was like, why did I kick the dog to death? Right in front of the dude as well.
Whether the dude,
He started to punch me.
and you kill him?
I think I took off in a plane.
You're never gonna believe it. I was walking the dog. Some guy came and killed the dog and flew off in an airplane.
You come to my house.
I was walking my dog on the airstrip.
What if he was like a mechanic, you know?
With a dog?
Take your dog to work day. I don't know. We're fucking every day at the Rooster Teeth office.
I don't know if that applies to airline mechanics.
But basically, I never would have thought to do that ever in real life.
You
It's
never would have
just
kicked a
because-
dog to death on an airstrip.
Never, ever.
Okay.
But because it was just happening in front of me in the game. Right, has anyone kicked a dog to death in GTA 5?
Really?
Security.
Is that Greg?
That's Greg over there.
Why wouldn't you? So let me get this straight. The game baited you into kicking a dog to death, but you guys bringing up motherfucking cloud saves is not a bait for me? You guys are dickheads. You guys are unbelievable
As
dickheads.
soon as you used the word bait to describe that, I was like, he's gonna bring this back to himself.
I am. I'm going to walk out of the theater and kick a dog to death on Congress.
Reminds me of those old prank calls, the you kicked my dog.
Was it Jerky Boys?
My dog.
What's that?
Was that Jerky Boys?
I don't know. It was? Okay. Jerky Boys, yeah.
I'll go buy a CD of that. Or
God,
an
what
audio
if-
tape.
Oh, I feel like it's like 1996 all over again. They had a TV show, didn't
They
they?
had a movie, dude. They had a theatrically released movie. I'm going to try to find out how much that fucking thing made. They had a Jerky Boys movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's like pre-internet, right? So how does that thing get around? Was that radio stations just playing the prank calls?
Oh, it's gotta be.
And then they get a movie out of that. That's just insane to me.
Well, it's like just like South Park was VHS tapes being traded.
Yeah. Well, that was actually one of the first things I ever watched on the internet. Oops, sorry guys. Was the South Park, like the postage stamp size QuickTime
Right.
of Spirit of Christmas. Mm-hmm. You look like you're going to read something to us.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this while you look that up.
I'm gonna find
Jerky
some
Boys
stuff
movie.
here.
I want to remind everyone that this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by Onnit and their flagship product, Alpha Brain. Alpha Brain's an all-natural supplement. It's the first fully balanced nootropic designed to raise levels of all major neurotransmitters and clear out mental fog. What that means to you is in-games, faster mental speed, quicker reaction time, and increased focus. In life, increased motivation and mental drive, improvement in word recall and conversation flow, and a boost to neuro and physical health. Onnit has a bunch of great other products for your mood, immunity, energy, and even hemp-based protein shakes. So go to onnit.com/gaming and enter coupon. The coupon's blanked out, but I believe it's Rooster, and you get up to 10% off of your order. So go to onnit.com/gaming. Use promo code Rooster. Big thanks to Onnit. Big fan of Alpha Brain.
Still taking that stuff?
Still taking. I just ran out last night. It was my last.
Have
dose.
you had any GTA-themed dreams?
I haven't, which is funny because I had Far Cry 3 dreams when I played that.
What was that like?
It was crazy. It was like crawling through a jungle, sneaking with a bow and arrow. No, with a spear. And there's no spear in the game, which was weird, but it was like murdering people with a spear.
I would place a lot of money on that you could never kill anything with a spear if you tried.
Like you, as in humans, or Gus?
It's Gus.
Like, what are you talking about? Like an animal? Like a dog being walked down a
All
runway?
right, if I gave you a
Yeah.
if I gave you a
On an
spear right now,
airstrip.
I gave you an hour and a spear, you couldn't kill anything with it.
I kill you.
You gave us a what?
An arrow and a spear.
Hour.
Hour.
An hour? I thought you said arrow too. An hour and a spear.
How close are you?
Gus
allowed to
could
be?
kill like 75% of our office.
Look at
with a
all this.
spear,
Look at all
honestly.
this. Like, I'd kill one of them. Just chuck it out there. Fucking probability, man. Just don't call 911.
Shh. That assumes a lot, Gus. That you know which end to throw and that you would throw it hard enough to
You throw the
pierce
pointy
anything.
end.
So are you still looking this up, or could I bring something up?
Bring it up. We'll do whatever. Jerky Boys made $7.5 million. It was released in 1995.
Does it have a budget on there?
No, it doesn't have it, unfortunately. I'm guessing it was going to be less than $7.5 million.
What was that movie about?
I
Man.
don't know. Prank calling.
I gotta watch that now. What are you gonna say?
So a couple people in the office have been street passing
Oh,
some
right here.
person. We don't know who it is. Their name is Fart Hoofer.
I'll pull up Fart Hoofer right here. We'll
It's
show
the
it to the camera.
weirdest looking
To you?
me I've ever seen in my life. Nobody admits to it being them. It only happens in the annex, and then it happened on the gauntlet shoot. So it's somebody we know.
I have not.
It's
I have
not me.
not seen Fart Hoover today. I last tagged him 1 day ago. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on, I'm gonna take it up there to the camera.
I tagged Fart Hoofer. That would be the most pornographic thing you ever said on the podcast.
Ass man.
Yeah, keep it on me, guys. That's what everybody wants to fucking see. That's Fart Hoover. It's not a macro lens. Back it off.
I don't know if you guys could see that.
You know, my last suspect is here in the audience. It's Josh, who Josh last year, stand up, Drew, would say hello, Josh. Josh was our second place finalist in the Gauntlet Season 1, which means that Josh played a game of Tetris for $10,000 and fucking lost. Have you ever played Tetris since then? Do you get like post-traumatic stress from that? I can't. I say yeah. He can't
You just
sleep.
see blocks falling slowly.
I really felt bad. I couldn't imagine you guys when you were going up to play. You know, one game of Tetris for 10,000. It was crazy.
How do you think I felt? In the final four, I had 3 people from my team, and they all fucking lost.
Hey. Oh, you're talking about Gauntlet Season 1?
Yes.
I was worried you were going to get the spoilers for Gauntlet Season 2 for
No.
a second. You scared the shit out of me.
Fucking losers.
So he was my last candidate for Fart Hoofer. I thought I could have sworn it was Josh, because when he was doing some news reads for us last week, that's when Fart Hoofer first showed up around the office.
Yeah, and I don't see Katie. I'm rating you okay. I don't see Fart Hoofer on here right now. I was checking to see if he showed up since Josh just showed up. No Fart Hoofer.
So
though.
is Fart Hoover in the audience by any chance?
No, it's not me. You guys think
My
it's me.
theory
It's
is
not
that it
me.
was Burnie, because I feel like Burnie is the person who would spend the money on just an extra DS that he could throw away and just hide in the office somewhere
I would do that.
and just fuck with people.
I'm not saying I'm not jealous of whoever Fart Hoofer is. I'm very jealous of them for thinking of it, but I did not make the Fart Hoofer DS account.
JJ?
That's exactly what Fart Hoofer would say. Technically, there's an umlaut on that A, so it's Fjart Hoofer. Yeah, that's been like a thing. We've been roping in our guests, like Justine, to try to figure it out, because we've been street passing with her too. Everyone
She's been street passing since forever at like cons and stuff like that. Yeah,
Justine
she's
and I street pass, and we realized that we have the exact same me character, except hers has glasses on. So.
yeah, bizarro versions of each other.
And it's weird the way that affects relationships too, because Ray lost his DS and then got a new one. And then Ray was a guy that I had passed like 10 times, so he was really high level for me. And then we got his new DS, he's just back to being Ray. It looks like him, but it's level 1. It makes me not like Ray anymore. Do you have that, Gus? Was Ray high level for you?
He was, but he might have lost his DS since I've been gone. I don't think I've street passed with him at all since he lost it.
It's really disappointing to run into Ray now all the time. It's like
Well, that's
Ray
just
is
general rule of
yeah,
thumb.
it's like real life.
It's really disappointing.
It's like, you're nothing like your older brother. Ray, like his older Ray brother. Never mind.
Wait. No, not never mind. Wait a minute. I gotta get to the bottom of this gold mine.
I think he's talking about the me's.
His other me is his older brother. Is that weird?
You're in a room with 500 people. Nobody knows what you're saying. Ray has an older brother who is also a me?
The me, the older me that's higher level is his older brother, and now there's this fucking young upstart.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it is funny. Wow.
So, let's talk about this physical media again. Fucking digital delivery.
What we should do, though, is track down Ray's original DS, not tell him that we've got it, and make him street pass with himself from the past.
He left it on a plane, I think.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah,
be
what
good.
happens to that stuff? I've never gotten anything back from a
So
plane.
when I flew to Vegas a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
I got to the airport and I do a
What
thing.
airline? United.
Yeah, United.
Okay.
So I got to the airport and I do a thing where when I get out of my car at the parking lot, I take everything out of my pockets except for my ID and my phone, because I got my boarding pass on my phone. And I put it all in my bag. That way when I get to security, I've just got my phone and my ID. That's all I need. I get to security, pull out my phone, look for my ID, gone. I lost it between my car and the fucking security checkpoint.
What'd you do?
I might carry my passport with me also
Yeah.
when I travel just to be safe. It's like, fuck. So I pull my passport out and go through, and I'm like, God, I can't believe I lost my fucking ID. But luckily, when I came back, I landed, I went to the Lost and Found office. They're like, oh yeah, we got your ID right here.
Really?
Yep, someone turned it in.
Hey, is
that's-
it true? Go ahead.
I'm amazed that worked.
I'm amazed too. Like I was like, I'm gonna have to go to the DMV. I'm gonna have to
I'm
fucking get
convinced
another
that
one.
Lost and Found is just they set up a room, put a shoe in a bucket, and that's all they do. It's like, no, it's not here. It's just this shoe.
We had a pretty extensive Lost and Found after
One
RTX.
shoe?
I don't know. I mean,
Was someone walking and they're just like, not getting that bag?
We had a lot of stuff after RTX.
We did.
In the Lost
and
and
some
Found.
of
We were
it's
like, people
still
are
around.
definitely going to call for this.
What was the weirdest thing?
Nope.
There was not a lot of weird stuff. There was wallets and like IDs and stuff like that.
And we rinsed all that.
We
right?
tried calling them.
Yeah,
They're still there. So if
one
anybody went
person-
to RTX and is missing stuff,
One
email
person
us.
after 6 weeks called looking for their ID.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Just now?
Just now.
You missed it? You're like, oh. I
There's
don't have that
actually
anymore.
someone who lost their ID who made it to 3rd place in our Halo tournament that we had at RTX.
At the Halo Global Championships,
Halo
not just
Global-
our tournament.
Yes, I mean it started at RTX. But they needed their ID to register for it. And so they called like 2 days before everything was due. And they're like, do you have this by any chance? I'm like, you're just looking for this now? But yeah, they got in and they lost.
You
They still got a prize if they ended up third.
No, in 3rd in at RTX.
I see.
you completely screwed me over like 2 weeks ago.
Explain.
She stole my wallet. We were out drinking. She took my wallet.
Here's what happened. Gavin got drunk. He put his wallet on the table, and I'm looking at him, and I go like this. In my bag.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at me.
Yeah, then I'm in a cab on the way home, and he's like, yeah, that's $20. And I'm just shrugging like an idiot in the back of a cab with no wallet.
Because I thought you would remember or I would remember, but neither of us remembered. So I got home,
Wait.
and the next morning I was changing my purses, and I'm like, oh, shit.
I just ran it off, and the next day you were like, I've got your wallet. I was like, oh.
Sorry.
What'd you do for the cabbie?
Oh, I just went into my place and just scraped together enough cash. Gave it to him.
The cab driver's like, yeah, right. This guy's fucking taking off to the backyard.
He said, leave your shoe. Of the lost and found.
What do you do? What do you do if you can't afford the cab that you're in?
You get your ass kicked, pretty much. I mean, usually that's the way that goes down.
I've never been in a situation where I've already used the service and now I can't afford it.
Just give him a little.
I'm not going to tug him off.
Barb, that's a solution for everything.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
Can I tell you something disturbing
Speaking-
that happened with me and
speaking of
Ashley
this.
the other day? Can I tell you something?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Is
I
Ashley
should
okay
probably
with
ask
it?
her because she's here, but I'm not gonna. So we were here in the theater, and somehow the topic of like, that guy's just there jerking off, and I go like this, he's just jerking off, and Ashley goes, yeah, he's jerking off, and I go, what the fuck's this? And she goes, this is the way you do it. That's the way, this is the hand motion. I go, the hand motion is this. It's not like this. And she goes, and her answer, sincerely and honestly, was, I've never done it that way.
It's true. She makes a
Wow.
valid argument.
That's a ridiculous answer.
Ashley, I just told that to about 1 billion people, but don't ever tell that story ever again to anyone ever, please.
She's a real people person.
Like, I get the idea of taking from personal experience, but that just doesn't apply at all. I've never stabbed anyone, but when I pretend to wield a knife, I don't like do all this with it.
You're
I
not
do
like,
that.
Yeah, you're stabbing him to death. It's
Stab him.
Yeah. So the next time you can't afford a cab, just tell him he's a jerk off.
You're like, I don't have enough money.
Yeah. I can't afford this motherfucker.
You know what I mean.
Did he believe you when you got out of the cab? Did he think you were fucking him over? Because your street has like no street lights on it too. It's a weird thing.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was either going to die or I was going to have enough cash.
Did he believe you or did he make you give him anything?
No, I didn't leave a deposit or
They
anything.
didn't leave a shoe.
No, I didn't leave a shoe or a deposit.
So, do you want to bring any of our guests up or anything to?
It's totally up
chat
to
with
you.
us?
It's totally up to you.
I would love to. If I don't know, I don't want to pressure them. I don't want to make them come up here.
If we have any specific topics to talk about.
They can talk about their trip they took today, even though if that's okay. We have to clear all this stuff, like if it's okay with Gauntlet.
Just say it anyway.
You figured out, I want to tell you about a conversation we had with Gavin and I had, where we were talking about how much all of us, Barbara, men and women, put up with bullshit from the opposite sex just because they have like 100% of the other sex genitalia, the sex organs. Like men put up with so much from women because they have 100% of all the vagina in the world. And same thing.
And boobs.
And boobs, thank you. And
They have a
women put up with
monopoly.
so much bullshit from men because you can't get penis anywhere else. You look in disbelief. Are you getting penis from somewhere besides men?
I just don't understand what you're talking
All
about.
right. I'm leading to something. All right. So Gavin and I determined if there was a third gender that had nothing to do with reproduction or sex, everybody would hate those fucking people. Can you imagine if there was men, women, and whatever? Fart hoopers.
Fart hoopers.
Like just
Like,
let's say Bill, like you're a Bill or whatever. Sorry if there's any Bills in the audience. But it's like if you have a son, a daughter, and it's like, oh, and your third child's gonna be a fart hooper. You'd be like, okay, all right, great. They'd have the worst fucking
Well,
lives.
you wouldn't want to be friends with one. And I'm not saying that I want to be friends with dudes because they have an anus that I could possibly have sex with if I wanted to. I'm not saying that.
Really?
It's just like,
Really? You're not saying that because you came up with that totally on your own, by the way.
but maybe I am friends with guys because there is that possibility.
Wow.
But honestly,
I think Google just went, we can't compete with that. We're going bankrupt.
I've never wanted to bang any of my dude friends.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Miles.
Sorry, Miles. But I will
Also,
say,
Monty knows you're lying, but go ahead.
But I will say that every single decision I've ever made in my life has been indirectly to get laid at some point. Like,
Probably.
if there were no, as a straight guy, if there were no girls, would you do anything ever?
Probably not. I would live in a cave and have no clothes and
I
I would sleep all day. Yeah, I'd be at home jerking off.
What's behind that?
Probably. No, I see what you're saying. A lot of it is motivated by the ingrained evolutionary need to procreate,
Yeah.
which we just now just have sex and turn all the other stuff off. But yeah, so if there was a third gender that had nothing to do with sex, you just be like,
Yeah. A successful gender has to have a hole.
Or what if it's a third gender?
I gotta go back to the guy thing again.
What if it's
You're friends with guys because we have holes? Is that what you're saying?
All right, well, answer me
Or
this.
it could be a superpowered gender that has the ability to move between their choice between the other two genders. And then everyone would want to appease to them.
We're learning a lot about the people in the podcast tonight. So Gus, tell us more about wanting to be a woman. Why don't you?
I'm just saying, if there was another gender that was desired by both men and women, that would be the ultimate gender. Because then 2 out of the 3 people would be trying to appease this one.
Why did you cheer?
Let me ask you this.
It makes total sense.
Would you be friends with me if I didn't have an asshole?
What do you mean, Gus?
Well, let me say this. Gavin, I don't know for a fact you have an asshole right now, and I'm still your friend. I've never seen your butthole.
It's true. You could be a Ken doll from the waist down.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on down there. I don't even know if I've seen you shirtless. I'm still your friend, buddy.
It's like a rug, dude.
Yeah.
I've actually had to start trimming off the top of my chest hair because it pushes my shirts out from my body.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it just curls and it's a bit foofy. So just edge the front off. Like a strimmer. Weed whacker.
Strimmer?
Yeah, I just remembered that you don't call them strimmers. I had to quickly edge.
I swear to God, I think you're fucking with us half the time. Strimmer? Really?
Strimmer, yeah.
Why? Why not?
Everyone.
Trimmer, I could see. Why strimmer?
Oh, sorry, it's not weed whacker.
Weed whacker's a brand, asshole.
Yeah, what do you call
Edger.
Edger. Okay. All right, I'm okay with that.
Fair play.
I don't
No
understand
complaint.
strimmer either. I don't know what that would be. You strim the lawn?
Street trimmer? Why are you
Straight
laughing at
trimmer.
me? It's your word, asshole.
String trimmer.
Oh, there you go.
There we
That's
go.
probably it.
How come we know your fucking language better than you do? How come you can't come up with this stuff?
So I don't know if I'm just gonna throw it out there. If Greg, Adam, Freddie, or Justine want to come up, we're happy to have any one of you or whatever.
Ready? Anybody? Here.
We don't have room for all 4 at once.
We probably have to go one at a time,
There's
guys.
one
Sorry
seat.
about that.
Well,
So, first of all, Greg Miller from IGN, everybody.
couch is a lot smaller than it looks from down there. Tell you what, Gavin, huh?
Gee, thanks.
Why don't you take off that shirt, huh?
Hey, Gavin, did
That's
you
what it's all
know
about down here.
Greg has a butthole?
Damn.
Greg,
wasn't
don't.
kidding.
You know, he only likes you because you have an asshole. That's the only reason. It's not a
Desert
real.
Island. I'm still waiting to hear, do babies poop in the womb?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think it all becomes like it's like the Matrix pod. It like all.
But then
becomes
are they
part of
just
the
are they
cycle.
then ingesting their own poop? Is it like one of those things?
Yeah, I think everything's
People
off
eat
limits.
placentas. Do babies eat their own poop?
We had a whole eating the placenta discussion. Gavin wanted to know if eating the placenta was cannibalism on some level.
Well, I'm just wondering why it's acceptable to eat a placenta, but
It's not. I keep saying that.
people do it all the time.
There's
So
a restaurant right next door. Go order one and see
We
what
had
happens.
a discussion. I think you were involved with it the other day. I think it was over the weekend, where we said, given the opportunity, if it was totally okay, let's say you walk into a restaurant, you're in another country, it's okay to eat people, and they're like, listen, we got some people on the menu. Would you try people?
Now look,
Fuck yes, I would try
Thank
people.
you.
Come on.
Thank you.
The old IGN story is that we went to Japan once, and Mark Bozon was there, and he ordered horse flesh sushi. And the sushi boat comes around with horse flesh on it, he eats it. We all go, what the fuck is your problem? And when somebody asks, would you eat your grandmother? And he goes, if she was on the menu.
And she's buying a little boat on the conveyor belt in front of me? Yeah, I some
She's
grandma.
already dead. We might as well enjoy her final years.
I'd eat some grandma.
your grandma specifically.
So would you have to maintain that distance from the meal? Like, if it was just generic human, you'd be all about it. But if you knew about the human, like what he got up to,
I think that might make it better.
What his
It's
name
kind of like
was.
when they come out and they're like, this is, grass-fed Kobe beef, and it did this, that, and the other. I want to know that it wasn't some fucking junkie out of
No,
the
you wanna
streets
know it wasn't like-
giving out hand jobs for a fucking dollar, all right?
Of course,
Oh,
Gavin would
jacking
say, this human, did it have an asshole? That would be his classification. I would not eat like lab-grown human meat. I wouldn't do it.
What about that
Stem
lab-grown-
cells. You're not going to eat stem cells.
Nothing, not doing
What
it.
about that lab-grown beef? There was that lab-grown hamburger in the UK a couple of weeks
I
ago.
probably wouldn't do that either, honestly. I probably wouldn't. I'm at the point now where it's like anytime they invent something new, it's just like, it's awesome, but how long before we find out it's going to kill us? Like, it's just going to, like, unravel my DNA at some point in the future. That's what I'd be worried about. Seems like everything does that. They finally figured out what killed all the bees. There's, like, some combination of, like, a fungicide.
Not the bees.
Yeah. It was like some fungicide that it was totally apparently okay to spray while bees are pollinating. And yeah, the fungicide killed all the fucking bees.
Yeah, that was a big deal. That was a huge scare
It's
for
still
years.
going on.
Yeah.
It's still going on. They estimated that of all the bees that are remaining in the world, you would need half the bee population to pollinate just the crops, the almond crop in California. That's how few bees are
Wow.
left. Yeah. So if you like almonds, guess what? You're fucked.
Did you know you cannot buy raw almonds in California?
What's a raw?
Bullshit. I buy them at Andronico's all the time. Andronico's in the sunset of California. Everybody go.
It is illegal by state law to sell.
Fuck, no one tell Andronico's. I really enjoy those almonds.
Because I guess there was a couple of outbreaks of salmonella a few years ago, and as a result of it,
go fuck
they
yourself.
outlawed raw almonds outright, even though there was no definitive proof that it was raw almonds that caused it. So I think things that are labeled and sold as raw almonds in California are not really raw.
I'm being lied to?
You're being lied to.
God damn it.
Just sorry to burst your bubble, Californian.
It's not like a side mission in Grand Theft Auto to get a raw almond somewhere in Los Santos.
Smuggle some raw almonds.
Hey, so Greg, for those of our audience that are not familiar with you, tell us what you do at IGN. Tell us where they can find you.
Oh, sure. I'm on IGN.com. There I host a podcast called Podcast Beyond. Beyond! It's the #1 PlayStation podcast on the internet. It's awesome.
Brag a little more.
I got a whole bunch
Why did you look at me when you said that?
I'm trying to impress you. Duh. Thanks for reading between the lines. I host a show called Up at Noon. It posts every Monday. It's a ripoff of The Daily Show about video games. You should check it out. And then I have a YouTube channel for me called GameOverGreggy.com. You should go to as well.
Jeez, you need an outlet for that plug?
Might your shirt be related to that?
Maybe check the shirt. Might be available on a marketplace one day.
I'd like to thank our camera crew for not cutting to that. Way to stay in the wide. It was a good call. All right, well, I want to thank you for joining us. I hate to rush you off, but I feel like we got to get through our other guests as well.
No problem. Everybody watch The Gauntlet Season 2.
There we go. He's part of the celebrity team watching Gauntlet Season 2. Thanks, Greg. Greg Miller, everybody.
Got up at the same time, and I felt really bad. So,
why don't we bring up our guest who actually won a Drunk Tank podcast?
He's right there. You won.
Award.
It was you, Freddie.
It was
Freddie
you.
Wong, everybody.
Nice. Are those the sandals you were tweeting about earlier?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Most comfortable motherfucker in the room.
I should tell you, Gavin hates feet.
Wait, what? Oh.
You're welcome.
Yeah. There's whole websites dedicated to people who like feet.
Yeah, it's called the internet. Just go. It's available on many computers. So Freddie is, of course, the purveyor of Freddie W. YouTube channel. He's also the writer and director. Writer of Video Game High School?
No, I stay away from the writing side of it.
Yeah? Who does all your writing for Video Game High School?
Matt, co-creator, and this a small team of guys. Brian Ferenzi, 5secondfilms.com, founder, and Will Campos, friend of mine.
And he is the director and the visual effects guru behind Video Game High School. Just finished its second season.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Congratulations.
This also is Freddie's second time on the Rooster Teeth podcast.
I had a little bit of a tiny cameo.
You dropped in early on in one of our first video podcasts, like 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
Number 2 or 3.
Oh, wow.
And Freddie won a Best Internet Video of the Year award from the Drunk Tank Podcast Awards.
Did he take that year?
And I was, by the way, I was told there was something that's supposed to come over to me.
Hey,
like some sort of
Megan, can you
award.
mail the trophy to Freddie, please? There you go.
Gus
Thank
still
you.
has the trophy on his desk.
Yeah.
See, Megan's doing it tomorrow.
So you're just going to knock on the door of my hotel room? It's like, hey, here it is.
This is your problem now.
Same day delivery.
Put it in your bag.
Border tracking. Find my friends.
We have 2 trophies left that apparently we couldn't deliver. One is to you. One is to the guy who got so drunk he stood at a 45-degree angle. It was the guy in the convenience store who couldn't get the beer out of the beer cooler.
He's dead
could
now.
Never, I was honestly, I was a little disappointed in myself that I could never
Cirrhosis.
find that guy.
You couldn't find Freddie. He's right there.
Hey, what's up?
Honestly, I know your address. You put it on your website. You were like, you want to send us
I had a
stuff,
P.O. box.
Send it to this P.O. box. Yeah, and I'm like, that's work.
They'll put me on some list somewhere. I'm not going to send anything to
Yeah.
the P.O.
Do you
box.
guys remember the video that Freddie won for?
Flower Warfare.
It was a Flower Warfare video.
Mm-hmm.
Still one of my favorite videos you've
That
ever
was
made.
the first Freddie W video I saw.
Cool. Yeah, that was the funny thing about that one was like, how'd you guys come up with that? Like, what was the story behind it? And it was myself and Brandon being like, how can we do something incredibly violent but not like get flagged for being violent? And so like, well, what if it was instead of like guts coming out, like what else is red? Flower petal, rose petals. And then that was like literally the impetus for the entire video was trying to be like, we would get flagged if this was blood. Like if someone got their like shot in the head and it was like a giant sploosh of blood behind them, they'd be like, this is so inappropriate and violent. But then it's like, wait, hold on, flowers. When we do flowers, huh? That was it.
So do you think that's changed now? Do you think if it was blood now that it would be allowed? I feel like...
See, it's really interesting because the way YouTube works, it's there's no like rated R, rated PG-13. It's all community based. It's all an algorithm based on who flags it as such. So two things we noticed. One, as the audience gets older, people are like okay with different things. Like it definitely evolves as the user base evolves. And also Europeans not cool with violence. Like we've had videos flagged and we're like, wow, that got flagged. Why is it getting flagged at 4 a.m? It's like, oh, it's because all the Europeans are seeing this. Like, what is this? This is too violent. There's like stupid Europeans.
Solid impression of Europeans.
Europeans in general. Sorry.
Was there a video early on that got flagged?
Aimbot got flagged.
Right.
There's a lot of headshots in that one, and it was I think it was the Germans or the French were just not cool with it.
The
That's my
Germans,
assumption.
isn't that kind of hypocritical?
I know, right? You'd be like, come on, Germany, like dudes.
Come on, guys. We put up with you guys through 2 wars.
Yeah.
Give me fucking 3 minutes on the internet.
It's like, cut me a little slack here. I get
Plus,
a
they're
couple of
all
headshots.
playing Counter-Strike 24 hours a day in Germany now anyway. So why would they, flag a video that's got aimbots in it? Maybe they're
That was
upset.
it. They're just upset.
Yeah.
Right? You'd be like, come on, Germany.
The problem with it is maybe they're
That was
upset.
it. That was it.
When something gets flagged on YouTube, anybody can just say, oh, my birth date is whatever and see it anyway. The problem is it age gates it and you have to sign in to do it. And
by the way, I've always been curious, like, how many people are born January 1st, 1971?
Come on, guys, we
because
put up
when
with
you
you
hit
guys
like
for
down arrow enough, it's like that's the first one that's like fine over 18. There's like they must have a graph somewhere which is like how many people were born
Sign
on
in to do
January
it, and
1st.
I
It's like through the roof of this. There's like they must have a graph like
mine is
through
like
the roof of this.
1938. That's mine. January 1st, 1938.
The first one was like fine
lived
over
through the
18.
Second World
That's
War,
like-
I see.
It's been
That's like a
life.
horrible milestone in life when you realize you have to scroll down in the age window. You're like, what? No. Oh fuck.
I'm a 2 flicker on the mouse. This is bad. Getting old.
This might sound borderline racist, but when I have to
Oh, can't
scroll
wait.
down in a list of countries in a form to get to the United States.
Freaking Azerbaijan, all getting up in my grill. Yeah. How many people from Azerbaijan's on the internet?
United Arab Emirates. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, it's like, seriously, I'm not a really patriotic dude, but once I have to scroll past all those countries to get to the United States, I want to start a world war. I'm like, all you fuckers above us are out.
Well, the worst is when you go to the website to apply for a visa to visit Australia, there's this long list of countries all over the world. Fine, it's their country, United States not at top. You scroll to this long list going down for United States, no United States of America.
What?
That's
you go.
What else
we
could
should
we
go
be
to
listed
war for
as?
that. America.
Oh, America.
No way.
What?
Well, see, that's better. That puts us higher on the list. I hate that. There's so many things on the websites that just piss me off, right?
That was us and Jay.
Oh, yeah. There's so many things on websites that just like piss me off. Like the big one is like when I'm like going to a site I haven't been to for a while, and it's like your username or password is wrong. I'm like, motherfucker, tell me which one. Like, just I know you know.
Or
You're not telling me. I don't know why.
Or the
I'm sitting there
worst-
be like, which one is it? Oh, is it with this email address and this thing? I'll tell you right now. Like 99% of my passwords are just who cares. It's just straight up. I just type I don't care. Shut up.
The worst is when they have a password rule. Like you have a password you like, you use it,
Yep.
and then they have a rule like, oh, you must have one capital
You gotta
letter.
have a one capital.
You're like, fuck you.
I'm not gonna conform to your rules, man.
On the login screen, say, hey, we're one of those dickheads that require one capital letter. Like, oh, okay, I know which one it is then.
It's like as if hackers somewhere.
if you could put-
foiled by that one capital letter.
If sites put their password requirements under the password field, it would solve probably 90% of my forgotten passwords. Oh, this site required a special character.
Oh yeah, it's like it's that one. Yeah, you always do the same thing.
Yeah, but it's always your name with a 1 at the end, right? Like for everyone.
Sometimes there's a pound symbol.
Yeah?
Sometimes the G's capitalized.
I was helping a friend of mine out, and she I was like, "What's your password?" And she goes, "It's bananas!" Exclamation point. I'm like, why? She's like, "It's fun to type." Like, that's the sole reason to have a password, just fun to type. Actually, if you want to seem like a real cool hacker dude, you okay there, buddy?
I'm just imagining your friend going, what's your password?
Pro tip.
Sorry, I don't know your friend.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's probably accurate. If you want to be pro tip here, super sweet hacker dude, or lady, set your password up so that all the characters go from left to right. So when you sit down and type it in, you just go. It's just like boom, all the way across. It's like, how'd you type it that fast?
You have
It's like,
so much in common with Monty. It's unbelievable. Monty once took me over to the microwave in the kitchen. He goes, let me show you something. Let me see what I figured out. And I go, what? He goes, if you type 60 on the microwave and hit start, you go 600 start. It's less than typing 100 start. See, that's too slow. 60 start. Look at that. I'm like,
hold up.
Monty, you're making a fucking bowl of chili.
No, hold up. Here's another one. No, here's another one. You ready for this? Why you gotta move your hand like that? Just do 6-6 start. That extra 6 seconds doesn't make a difference. Exactly.
That's what he said. That was the next level. He goes, I don't even have to do that. I can just go 6-6 start. There we go.
Yeah. 5-5. That's true.
he said he's not Mike. So he said 5-6 enter because double presses are longer.
Gotta
If
wait
you use
for the
5-6,
button.
it's 2 fingers.
Gotta wait for the button to pop out again. You're wasting time there.
Yep.
When Monty first came to work for us, we bought him this like high-end rig, and it seems like a computer, no matter where you are in time, the high-end ones are always the same price. It's like a high-end computer is
And they also
$3,000
have the world's stupidest looking cases.
Yeah, and so we got him a high-end workstation so he could do his work. We put it down in front of him. We're like, great. And he grabs the keyboard and he starts ripping keys off of it immediately because it's like the Windows key will just slow him down.
Yep.
Scroll lock, he tears it off.
Nope.
He's got a fucking screwdriver going, thanks for the new computer, guys.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Spoiler, by the way.
I completely agree with these efficiency mechanisms.
He always,
they make complete sense.
He always rips off caps lock, right? That's the one you get rid of, Monty?
Yeah, that caps lock and
F1.
F1.
He's got a good point though. Like I never use caps lock, and in Final Cut, all it does is make you not be able to see what you're doing.
You haven't spent enough time yelling at people on the internet, clearly. Caps lock's the most important key of all time.
That's how people know you're serious.
That's how business emails know. There's like, oh, he's mad.
I think I was in the room when Freddie discovered that you could caps lock an iPhone by double tapping the shit.
Oh,
and it
yeah,
was like an
what?
epiphany.
Wasn't that Gavin?
I had no
Gavin
idea.
thought he had to like hold down.
And that's what I was doing my whole life. I was like on the touch screen, like and now I will use my finger to get the other side. And
Yeah,
then,
trying
and
to
then-
do a capital A because they're right
Oh,
next to each
impossible!
other.
They're right next to each
Never
other.
works.
Yeah, you gotta use your pinky to get on that. And then Bert's like, if you double tap that, it shift locks. And I was like, now all my text, by the way, full capital letters. That's how people know.
Look what I know.
This was easy for me to type.
All right, well,
All right.
I want to thank you for coming out, Freddie.
Thank you very
Freddie,
much.
Dad,
Appreciate
thank you.
it.
Thanks very much.
Freddie Wong, everybody.
I like this. I feel like this kind of lightning round.
And Freddie, real quick before you go, where can we get the Video Game High School Season 2 DVD? When's it coming out?
Video Game High School 2 online, rocketjump.com is our site. It's at like high frame rate Hobbit style on the site. It's also on YouTube. DVDs are coming out very soon, but check out our site, rocketjump.com.
Yeah. And if you... Freddie Wong, everybody. And if you've listened to the podcast before, you've probably heard us talk about Freddie. One of my favorite things that Freddie does is after Video Game High School Season 1, he ran a Kickstarter for it and everything. And then what he did was he hired an infographic company. He took all of his numbers for Video Game High School Season 1 and published them online, like how much he got from Kickstarter, where all that money went, where every dollar for the production was spent. And that's... Nobody does that. Nobody.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and it's really valuable information, especially for people who want to make content online. So it's really cool. So hats off to Freddie. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm not sure if Adam or Justine are interested in coming up.
Oh, Justine.
We got Justine over here.
Justine. iJustine, everybody.
I feel like I should come over here and hug you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You two do look
How's
alike.
it going?
Wow.
We
do,
should see
don't
our
we?
Mies. Our Mies were great.
I could see how you would have similar
They're actually
looking Mies.
twins.
Oh, you both have camo on too. Coordinated. It's like
You
great.
can't see us.
How are you guys doing?
Now, Justine, you've been on YouTube since, like, you were in the first generation of vloggers, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I was actually vlogging before vlogging was vlogging.
It was just talking into a camera?
I would like edit these videos and I'd send them to my parents like in the email. I'm like, this is what I did today. And then I started posting stuff like on Rever. Does anybody remember Rever?
Yeah. It was like the first attempt at monetization.
Yeah, they still owe me like $25. I don't think they're
Good
gonna
luck
ever
getting
see
that. Yeah.
No.
That $25 is lost to time now, forever.
It's okay. It's all
I
right.
think the first thing I remember seeing of yours was like the giant iPhone bill, the 300-page
Yes.
iPhone bill.
Oh, that's
That
right.
did
Yeah.
That was
happen.
like, God, that was when the first iPhone, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was the first iPhone. That was
Jesus.
2007.
Yeah.
And what was the story? They did a line item on the bill for every text?
So this was actually when Twitter still did SMS. So, well, I mean, people still do it, but this was when SMS was pretty much, that's what Twitter based their entire model around. So you have 140 characters. And so I Twittered a lot, and I texted a lot. So I think there's over 50,000 text messages that month, and everything was itemized. So every single second, every minute that a tweets or an @ reply or something was sent, they decided to send me that in a box. So AT&T,
serious?
yes, crazy.
I'm going to see 50,000 divided
I
by
don't
30.
understand how that
Did
would
like
happen.
the mailman have to wear like a back brace and he's
Yeah.
like, here's your iPhone bill, man.
But I love the fact that that's a protocol of that company. It's like, well, the bill is too big for an envelope, so just bump it up to a box.
Put it in a
Like,
box.
was that a discussion or does that automatically happen?
Well, no, it's like, well, we've already got this ream of paper in a box. Let's just put it in there.
Put a stamp on it. We're done. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. And weren't you kicked out of a couple of Apple stores for dancing in Apple stores too?
You know, not actually kicked out. Just usually they'll be like, they'll see me coming and they're like, can you not dance today because we're kind of busy? We have a lot of customers. I'm like,
Is it
"That's-
too
it's
distracting
fine."
for the
I
sales?
guess so. I mean, I don't really do it that much anymore, but I feel like should we do like a Rooster Teeth Apple Store dance?
Oh my
I just want to do that.
Come on, Gus.
No.
Please?
I'll take a spear.
You can just stand there. Just stand there.
I'll stand.
Okay, perfect. This is.
I'm good at
play the
standing.
role of a customer.
I'm even better at sitting.
I bought a onesie the other day at the mall here. They were on sale. So, would you want to wear it?
I don't think a onesie you would buy would fit me. I'm just throwing that out there.
Even better.
On Gus, it would be a halfsie. But you got the new iPhone, right?
I did, yeah.
And anybody else get the new iPhone, the one that just came out? Anybody get the shitty one? No, okay. But you got the one that does the fingerprint scanner and all
Yeah,
that
it's
stuff.
kind of crazy. I guess they just some German hacker actually did crack the fingerprint code.
What does that mean?
It was
Really
like,
nice. I
it's
didn't read
really
the article.
sketchy.
I just read
You'd
the
have to have,
headline.
yeah. Technically, yes. Realistically, no.
What are you guys talking about? Somebody hacked the...
If a hacker can get a high-resolution 2400 DPI scan of your fingerprint and then print it out and then apply it to the scanner, it works.
Well, isn't that obvious, though? Well, it's like a tiny little sense. It's like a camera, isn't it, basically? You're just showing it a picture of a thumb. How does it know it's a thumb?
I would argue that nobody has anything on their iPhone anywhere in the world that would be worth that amount of effort to break into.
That's like a Mission Impossible style thing.
Right.
Like, you have to have him hold on to this glass for 30 seconds for the scan to complete.
Did I ever tell you what
Toast.
Gavin wants to do when he gets the iPhone 5S? Did we say this on podcast last week? You want to be the first person to use it, but with your anus.
Oh.
Well,
Like instead of a thumbprint, it would be his anus print.
Well, it's better than somebody else's.
Well, someone posted, I saw someone wrote that they trained the 5S to detect their nipple print.
Go ahead.
well,
So,
I mean, going back to it, it's just a little sensor. Everything's
Right.
unique, right?
It's
so
true.
why don't we
I would love to meet the person who has my anus. They're out there. I reckon an anus
What,
is just as secure.
You don't have it?
Yeah, I'm like a weird third gender.
Dude, I'm so not attracted to you right now.
He went to the lost and found. He doesn't have an anus anymore, but he has 3 shoes.
I mean, the idea of it works because I imagine everyone's anus is different.
Go
but
ahead.
Then I remember the anuses are kind of recessed into the body. So actually applying the anus to the button would be difficult.
Well,
You think that would be a little inconvenient? You think?
we could do foreskin scans?
Well, no, I'm actually really embarrassed because I was like, man, this fingerprint thing is really cool. I was like, I wonder if it would work with a penis. And then I was really upset because I'm like, I don't have one. So then I'm like, I'm thinking about this because we went to the Apple store at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and these are the thoughts that were running through my head. As soon as I was going to get my iPhone, I'm like, I need a dick.
She wants the D.
Somebody has already.
I'm sorry, I don't
Emily,
usually
we
show
need a new
this
shirt.
side, but
So, if you were a dude, you've just bought the phone, how quickly would your bell end have
my
been
God.
pressed against the sensor?
I would have probably went to the Starbucks next door.
I'm not even going to get home before I try this.
Use their restroom, because I probably wouldn't do that in public because that's kind of illegal.
Yeah.
But that was, has anybody tried that yet?
They don't have
Out there?
iPhone 5s.
Are you
Okay,
going
but
to-
anybody in the audience,
Maybe, have
please,
they
if
tried
you
anyone
do-
else's iPhone 5? Have you tried pressing your penis up against anyone else's iPhone 5?
But
Guy
they
who
did-
loves babies? What about you? You're a fucking freak.
They,
I think that was Greg.
all I know is it did work with a cat paw, so it can probably work with a penis.
That's pretty cool.
So
It's awesome.
there's hope.
Yeah.
There's hope.
I also noted something that when Justine said penis, the level of respectability for Justine versus us, when she said penis, somebody over there went, we're way past the respectful gasp, Justine, so that's actually a vote of confidence for you.
That
So-
could be the first time I've ever said penis on the internet.
Are you usually pretty family friendly? Is that your...
Yeah, but
Style?
I after, I gathered you guys aren't that family friendly, so I
Don't
can
worry
maybe
about that.
open up a little
This
bit.
podcast has the explicit tag on iTunes. People know what they're getting into.
I feel really
You
really
could say
proud.
all kinds of stuff right now.
I think we're going to draw that line.
There's
right
a
here.
gif of me on the internet going like this and like getting afraid and like blocking it.
And your parents watch the podcast.
And my parents are watching the podcast probably right now, and they're very proud of me.
Shout out to the Dunkelmans.
Hey, Larry.
It's great.
And Marion.
Hey, Marion.
Sorry.
Larian.
But I must say, though, being on this gauntlet shoot, I have never worked with a crew of people that enjoy what they're doing. Like, everyone, I'm like, everybody is happy. Everyone is loving everything. I mean, you work on these other shoots, everyone's like, "Ugh, we're here, this sucks. But everyone's so happy. This has been the most fun I think I've ever had on a shoot.
No, good. I'm glad
amazing.
you're having a good time. Yeah, it's been... Gauntlet's a weird show for us because it's so much different from everything else we produce. It's like sometimes we have like outside crew that comes helps us on it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We don't normally go to like theaters and things like that, so we wanted to do something fun with it. So glad you're having a good time with it, and thanks for being on the Gauntlet and for being on the podcast.
Thanks for
iJustine,
having me.
everybody.
Yeah.
Should get one last one in.
I see Adam coming up over here.
Yay!
Mr. Adam Kovic from Inside Gaming on Machinima.com.
I'm the weird one because I ride the line between community and internet person, and Scene Anners was busy, so I came here. It's weird for me because I'm a fan of, like, all of you guys, literally. iJustine, Freddie, Greg, like, I watch everything everyone does, so, like, right now, like, imagine one of you guys, well, no, you guys are cool. but like my heart's pounding right now. Like I'm super nervous. I've been
Never admit that.
It's okay.
Watch it.
It's a weird, so like the other night I was sitting
Gavin's
in.
just gonna check for an anus. Don't let him touch you.
Well, the other night Burnie takes us to this donut place where it's called Gordo's.
As you do.
Yeah, it's like Diabetes, the restaurant, and I'm sitting across from Joel the entire night.
I'm sorry.
No, I fucking adore Joel. He's like one of my favorite people in the world. I'm like, didn't you make?
We found one.
Oh, like, didn't you make the Far Cry video with the boats? And he's like, oh yeah, that was me. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking know that. Like, you have to pretend to not be a like super fanboy when you're around these guys, because otherwise you won't be invited back. But I just want to say, like, I fucking love you guys, and I love everyone who came out tonight, because I am one of you.
Yeah, and Adam has been with Machinima. You were with Machinima before Machinima was on YouTube.
Correct.
That was a long time ago.
In the long ago of 2006, before iJustine got her big bill. That was it was crazy. Before YouTube was a thing. I mean, it was kind of a thing, but
Usually it's Big Break, but in your case it's Big Bill. It's weird.
yeah, I've been there a very long time. I started out as, for anyone out there who's like, I have no hope ever at a job. My first job was putting the chairs together, the office chairs at Machinima, because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And then I started editing videos, and through a lot of contacts and stuff, I started meeting you guys. I've been in a cab with Gavin before, or a car, I forget, but it was weird.
Did he make you pay? Did he lose his wallet? Be like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some money.
Barbara stole my wallet. Do you remember the first time you saw YouTube? Like, do you remember that experience?
Yeah, do you remember the Xbox 360 commercial, the Bang Bang? The one that never aired. That was it.
Where they played cops and robbers in real life kind of a thing with...
It was the unaired commercial, and it was sent to me, and I remember it was this really slow buffering video.
The band commercial, right?
Yeah, exactly, band. And then shortly after that, I was working at G4 at the time, and the story came out that they got bought for $1.65 million, or $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah, and this was after MySpace got bought for $500 million, and so Google's just kind of like, fuck you.
Yep.
And after that, it's just...
Well, that's what it was originally, wasn't it? YouTube was the place you went when you couldn't see something anymore. Like if something weird happened on TV that they were never going to show again, you would go on YouTube and find it. It's like the tit thing.
Well, not necessarily. It started growing as an on-demand thing. I think the early successes they had were the first Lonely Island video, the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, Lazy Sunday.
Lazy Sunday. There you go. That was like the first big breakout for them, I think.
Well, I did a speech one time, and one of the guys who spoke at that event was one of the founders of YouTube, and he talked about like that the inspiration for the site was one of the guys was on a plane and was reading a magazine article about Flickr, the photo sharing site, and it was all how to use it and how it's revolutionary, and yak, 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 yak. And at the end of it, the author of the magazine article wrote, and maybe one day somebody will do this for video, and the guy was like, I'll do that. $1.6 billion.
That was the best flight he's ever taken in his
Oh
life.
my
right?
God.
Like, I don't look at those magazines. I'm like, oh, what a fucking waste of time. This guy turned it into like almost $2 billion.
Yeah. Do you know what the first video on YouTube is? You know, it's a video of a giraffe. Like that guy took.
It's called like My Day at the Zoo.
It's
or
My Day at
something.
the Zoo.
Uploaded in 2005.
And they were getting such little traction. They actually put up an ad on Craigslist in LA saying, if you're a hot girl and you put up a video on this site, YouTube, we'll pay you $100. That was their marketing they were trying to get done.
They were giving people iPod Nanos at the time.
Justine, is that how you got your start?
$100 a video.
One of the weird things about competing against the internet celebrity team is that we don't really know the games we're going to play on the gauntlet, but if you ask the right person, you might get a little hint of it. So we start looking up speed runs of a certain game, and it's a Freddie W video. It's like, what? He knows what he's doing. But it's weird. Like the people that you watch are in the same room all of a sudden. It's kind of.
I don't want to spoil any of it. This season 2, from what I've seen, what we've shot, this is a fantastic season. Not that last season was bad or anything. It's just it's
okay.
night and day.
It's okay.
It's fine. If you've guys seen episode 1 and 2, they're out right now. But the dynamic between Burnie and Joel is fantastic. They are hilarious together, and then the setups they have done this year are ridiculous. And I've had the opportunity to meet. Like I've been a huge fan of Freddie's for years, and he's like a walking Wikipedia, I guess. He can pick up a game he's never played before, and he will just analyze it and take it apart and master it within like 5 minutes. It's ridiculous.
I've been trying to stump him all week. I mean, we have like a 5-day shoot, so I'm trying to eventually get some subject that he doesn't know about. But I'll just throw stuff out there. I'll be like, why is it that the moon is the same size as the sun in the sky? He's like, well, funny you should ask. And then lists everything about their subject. It's like, this guy just can't stump this guy.
Apology accepted.
Yeah, remember, I don't know if we talked about this in the podcast before. I'm sure we have after all these years. But the first video we saw of Freddie's was before the Freddie W channel. We saw him doing the Guitar Hero thing where he was in the living room with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
And Freddie was like a Guitar Hero champion. Like, how high did you get, Freddie, in Guitar Hero? You were you were competitive, right, as a Guitar Hero player? Yeah. World Series of Video Games once. Wow.
There was as many times as they had the World Series of Video Games, I believe.
Yeah. But those early days of YouTube were so crazy. I don't think I've ever told this story pretty much anywhere. But there was one time when we first started taking off with Red vs. Blue, and Machinima is a site where you guys produce a lot of content for a lot of other partners and stuff like that. Rooster Teeth, our approach is, we hire people basically. Like if we find somebody like Monty, we hire them. We find people like Michael and Gavin, we hire them to make content for us. But early on, we thought we'd help people produce stuff. We weren't trying to be producers for like outside stuff and help them do that. And there was a group, this is way back in the day, it was the first person who showed me YouTube. We were producing a series that was an animated show about ninjas that lived in suburbia. And I won't get too much into it because the cartoon hasn't been made. And it was like a long process of like doing this ninja cartoon and everything. And the guys who make the show, because the animation takes so long and you're like just approving stuff after a while, they decided they want to start marketing the show. I was like, well, just wait until the show's out and then we can start marketing it. They go, no, we really want to do it. And they were funny guys. And so they said, what if we do this? What if we have one of the characters from the show, one of the ninjas, you can ask them a question every week. And you can ask the ninja on this show a question. And they put it up on YouTube, and the marketing for the show was Ask a Ninja. And it got to be bigger than anything we thought the cartoon could be. And it was just like, oh, well, if you guys can do this, you don't need our help to do this, so just go off and do that. And that was the first guy who showed me YouTube, was Kent Nichols, the guy who makes Ask a Ninja. It's like a legend of the YouTube, the early YouTube stuff.
Was he a mod on our site for a while?
Yeah, Kent was a mod. The first Ask a Ninja videos were posted up on roosterteeth.com.
Is that still going on, that series?
Kent is now, he works at Blip, which is one of our partners. They're actually a partner for Gauntlet. And then Blip was just bought by Maker, so now he's at Maker Studios. Which I don't know if anybody else knows. Do you guys know what Maker is?
Were they?
Yeah.
I've been on vacation. No, seriously, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Maker bought Blip.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learned something on this podcast. We're reclassifying as educational now?
Yeah.
Yes.
But Ask a Ninja went to go on to be like one of the biggest hits ever for the early generation of YouTube. And it's like, we didn't go into YouTube till like 2009.
7?
8 or 9, no.
No, must have been 8 then.
Yeah, because 6 is when they started. So.
Can I just go out and say that evolution of dance video wasn't that good? It wasn't that amazing, right? It was okay.
But it's crazy how much stuff changes over time. Like we were talking about the other day that Fred, who was like the biggest channel on YouTube forever, Fred's about to drop out of the top 100 most subscribed channels on YouTube.
Well, he moved on to TV and movie stuff.
Still, though, I never thought that would happen.
Who's up there, PewDiePie now?
Oh, PewDiePie's number 1. He's got like 15 billion subs. 15 million.
You don't have to boo. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you wanted a loud mouth, what is he? Misogynistic Swedish child screaming things as your.
I never heard the
child for
misogynistic
YouTube.
before. Misogynistic?
Says the R word a lot. I don't like to say it just because I don't know.
Oh,
Demoralizes people.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't know. There was an article about him of just like, if this is the face of our generation, you're all fucked.
Well, what's a cool thing? Machinima, obviously, a lot of content goes here. What's a cool thing on the web that everybody should check out?
Oh, God. So iJustine, or I'm just going to Justine. Well, we're friends now. I showed her for the first time How To Basic. Her reaction was fucking priceless. She didn't know what it was, didn't know the setup, anything. I'm not going to say anything. Just go watch it. It's possibly, no offense, Fred, this is the best YouTube channel ever to exist.
You know what else iJustine learned today?
No offense, who?
Today she learned what a fluffer is.
Does she really not know?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So amazingly innocent.
She learned what a fluffer is, and then she learned his name is JJ.
Shout out to JJ.
JJ, everybody.
All right. Well, we're getting close to time here. We should start wrapping things up.
Adam Kovic, everybody. Thank you for joining us, Adam.
Just want to say thank you guys. As cool as these guys seem on camera, they are twice as cool in real life. They're very nice. They've been like family. Oh my God, I love this guy. They're fantastic, and I couldn't have. I'm so happy Sean Anders was busy, so this is great. It's fantastic. I'll see you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
Well, we got to wrap things up.
Fuck that.
I got to pee so bad, dude.
You have to pee as well.
I have to pee so bad. I'm about to piss my pants here.
These people paid no money to be here. We have to keep going. There's a couple things we never got to that I want to touch on.
One, pick your best one out of that list.
Okay.
Seriously, I am dying here.
I want Gavin to check me for an anus. No. Since Adam was talking about cool things to watch online,
Yes.
Go pee for Christ's sake.
Go. The
Go.
bathroom's right there.
What?
Cool things online that you can watch. So there's something that's about to hit. So a while ago at least, you guys know those pronunciation shows online where it's just a word? It's a white background with a black word.
Oh, right.
And it says facade, and then there's a voice that just says, facade. 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 And then there's funny ones where they parody that channel that do it. Well, it's called the Pronunciation Book. And they made this channel, and it did that for a while. And then in April of this year, it said, how to ask for help in English. And the phrase it came up with was, someone please get me out of here. And then it goes, someone please get me out of here. And then in the middle of the summer, it said how to pronounce 77. And on the screen, it said just the number 77. And then it started this. It goes, something is going to happen in 77 days. Something is going to happen in 77 days. And it's been counting down ever since then. That day is tomorrow. So, yeah. So whatever this thing has been leading up to, and there's been a lot of speculation, it could be something from Valve, because Valve just announced SteamOS.
Well, they have a timer on their site. Their next announcement's not till Wednesday, I don't think.
What's Valve's next announcement?
Right.
Oh, dude, I'm so holding out. If they announce...
It's not going to be what you hope.
So SteamOS is it seems like a very optimized version of Linux running Steam that is tuned to playing video games.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I was reading my phone. Yes.
So you're hoping...
He didn't say I had a little dick, did he? Because I wasn't listening. So.
It seems like this is leading up to something you predicted. It seems like the next announcement would be a hardware platform to run SteamOS.
Right.
And then the third announcement after that would be your launch software for this hardware platform running SteamOS. The third announcement being Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3, Half-Life 3.
If Valve put out a console and put Half-Life 3, Team Fortress 3, Portal 3, and Left 4 Dead 3 on it, they would have instant market share. Nobody would care about Xbox One, DRM.
iPhone 5S sold 9 million this past weekend.
What did?
iPhone 5S sold 9 million at launch. This device would sell 90 to 900 million.
And it sounds like the way SteamOS is, they can outsource it to multiple vendors, even where it's not just one steady pipeline.
It's just a spec that they have to meet.
And anybody can make this thing. So if they did that, that would be freaking amazing. And if anybody's capable of doing it, it's Valve.
Absolutely.
You still have to pee?
I'd buy it.
Yes.
Oh, I just got great news on my phone. I just got news. This is a great thing to end on. I want to congratulate the Ruby team. I just got a notice on my phone. Monty's fucking asleep while I'm saying this. The Ruby DVD just wrapped and shipped to manufacture. So congratulations. To Monty, Miles, Carrie, Shane, everybody else who worked on the Ruby Volume 1 project. Awesome work. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the season. Hope you enjoy the DVD. Gus, you can now close out so you can pay.
Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. Shut up. Thanks to everyone for joining us for the podcast tonight. And we'll be back on Wednesday with an episode of The Patch and next Monday with another episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Are these our mics?
So,
Are these our mics?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Thank you.
Mic drop.
Bye.